How's it going, guys? I thought I would bring you along today and show you what I've done for my cleaning kit for gun cleaning. I know I've had several of you guys ask me what I do for how do I clean my guns and what do I use in the past, and so I thought I would just kind of bring you along for an overall view of what I do gun cleaning wise and what I recommend. I do recommend getting like an MTM 30 cal ammo can. This is what houses my cleaning kit. It's worked really well for me. I like it. You can just use like a standard metal cleaning kit as well. I've done that before, like a standard 30 cal mil-spec can. But I like these because they have a little taller lid, and so they're a little larger on the inside vertically. So like I can stick like a Ballast All can directly down inside without having to worry about it not fitting. And so I do like these cans a little bit better. They tend to also be a little lighter, and you know that saves a little bit of weight too. So, but anyway, this I recommend also keeping your cleaning kit inside of like an ammo can, some sealed container, mainly because you don't off-gas a lot of solvents, things like that. It kind of contains the smell of solvents and stuff. So that's another reason why I recommend it. But let's pop it open, show you what's inside, and this is exactly what I utilize. I have just an old t-shirt on top here, a rag that I use, and I'll change these out when they get super filthy, or you know, most of the time I just replace them. But I keep a rag on top, and then it just depends on what I've got. You know, these are just some patches. These are 30 cal patches for Pro Shot, and then just some gun slick patches for my 223 22s type stuff. I have all my jags and brushes in Ziploc baggies, and I just kind of have them thrown in here. This is a bore guide for my 308. I'll actually show you guys a video next time I clean my 308 on how I clean a particular rifle. But anyway, that's a bore guide, and this is more for this packet right here is more from like my match grade guns. So I've got some 223 Jags in here, 308 Jags, and this bore guide for my 308. So it's just stuff that I utilize for more of my match guns. I kind of keep them separate. They're the more expensive components. But these are just kind of a bunch of random brushes and Jags. Keep saying Jags. Some more patches. This is like my tool kit. Okay, just in an old Winchester Ziploc bag, I've got you know, the polymer brushes, old toothbrush that I use. I do have a copper brush, so when I'm scrubbing like I don't know, revolvers and things like that, I always have my copper brush in there. Also for cleaning like bolts off of bolt carrier groups, things like that for an AR-15, that comes in handy. Just an old knife for scraping. This is a really nice little just cleaning rod that I use for pistols. However, I broke off, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I broke off the stupid plastic piece inside of it. So I'm going to have to like either melt that out, or I don't know. I got to get that out of there because it's driving me crazy. I like that. That's my favorite thing. Just a couple picks and, you know, brush. And then I broke these picks that came with a kit. They had like you know, different kind of heads on them. Anyway, I broke them off, but I find that these are really nice for like punching out, for using as a non-marring punch, as well as like a scrape tool if I want to scrape in some kind of nooks and crannies. So I just kept them around. So anyway, that's kind of like just a little look at my tool kit there. Just different things that I use for scraping, stuff like that. So let's throw those back in. More patches. I'm almost out. That's why I got a new one on top there. More cleaning rods. That's an old thing from, I think, a Mosin. I think it's got like it's got a weird head on it, so I've never used it. But anyway, like I figured I'd use it for an AR-15 thing, but I don't have anything to go on the end. So anyway, I don't know why that's in there, but Q-tips. I gotta replenish this bag, but usually I have a big old fat wad of Q-tips. Q-tips are one of your best friends when it comes to cleaning your firearms. Again, you can get in the little nooks and crannies. I also will put oil on the end of it and like go inside of the rails on a pistol and things like that, so I can get specific oiling in areas without having to just glop oil on. More jags and brushes. We've got an AR-15 chamber cleaner here, chamber mops, things like that. Just random stuff. More patches, more jags, more brushes. Here's some newer ones. I've got a 45 pistol one there, 44 mag, 357 38. So just some new ones. More of that. Another brush. Okay, so I usually have a bunch more of these gloves. It's a good idea though, because a lot of these solvents can be toxic, and so it might be a good idea to wear gloves when you're cleaning your firearms. It's not always, I don't always do it, but when I'm using stuff that's really, really harsh, I do wear gloves, and I usually have a packet of those in there, but I'm running low on them. So I've actually used them for other projects around the house. That's why I haven't replaced them. Okay, so I love these guys. I love the Boar Snake. Now, what I like about the Boar Snake is it's a great field expedient cleaning system for your muzzle. For those of you guys that hunt, let's see, do I have a 308 in here? Anyway, I've got my 308. Oh yeah, it's right here in front. So here's a 308 one, right? This goes in my hunting pack. I think I've got one specifically set aside. I don't think this one's the one I've carried with me hunting. But I will actually take a Boar Snake and I'll throw it in my hunting pack, right? Because I actually have tripped and like driven my muzzle down into the dirt and actually get a bunch of dirt inside. And what's nice is I can just throw that Boar Snake down there and just kind of, scrape it out and clean it out and make sure there's no obstructions in my bore. And so I really like, for field expediency, I like the Boar Snake. Another reason why I like the Boar Snake is for guns that you can't take apart and actually run a cleaning rod from the chamber to the muzzle end. This is also a really good option for that. So just for like quick cleaning, I don't really rely on the Boar Snake as a method of cleaning, deep cleaning. It's just more of a, like I said, a field expedient cleaning method. So I like those. 12 gauge shotgun, 223, 357 9mm, and 223 and 308 is what I have here. So yeah, so those are great. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about solvents. This is what I think a lot of you guys will appreciate. So what I do solvent-wise, okay, so there's three main solvents that I use in cleaning the bore of my rifle. What I love right now is, this is my most recommended bore cleaner right now, and that is the Butch's Boar Shine. This stuff is kind of pricey. It is. I think this bottle right here was $10, and it's not even 4 ounces. It's a 3 3/4 ounce bottle of this Butch's Boar Shine, and you can get them in larger bottles. I think they're like $30 or something like that. I picked this up, I think at Cabela's. But anyway, I love this stuff. This stuff, to me, is I can rely on to get out not just carbon but copper fouling. And I really, really think that this stuff is really good, this Butch's Boar Shine. It comes in these plastic containers, and I recommend keeping them in that plastic container because it's a very, very caustic solvent, and it will keep the vapors locked inside too. I mean, just opening that container, I can just smell the solvent. So it comes packaged like this. Keep it like that. I love this Boar Shine. It's probably my most recommended product for cleaning your rifles and for pistols. Getting rid of that copper is awesome. So okay, so that's number one. Something I also really, really like is this Gunslick's foaming bore cleaner. I've used this in the past. I know some of you guys, I know there's a lot of people that don't like these foaming bore cleaners, but I like them in that it's also very good at removing copper. Whenever you spray something in, you actually see that bluish green stuff. It's that copper being oxidized and dissolved, and this stuff this stuff really does the trick with that. So what I'll do is I'll actually scrub the bore out. I'll usually use something like hops. and I'll run it through, and then I will scrub it with my with the brush, and then I'll put a foaming cleaner inside and let it sit for about 10 minutes while I'm cleaning on the bolt or something like that, and just let that kind of dissolve some of that copper and take it out. So I like that stuff a lot, the foaming bore cleaner, and it tends to not make much of a mess if you get it in the bore just right. And the other thing I really like is this good old Hops 9. This is a childhood smell. A lot of you guys will know what I'm talking about when I say Hops 9. It is that, like, I think that we should really get together and make a man's cologne that smells just like Hops 9. But anyway, when I think of guns, I think of Hops 9. When I think of the smell of guns, I think of Hops 9. I don't think of gun oil, I think of hops. So it's a really great stuff. I like it as just an overall solvent. This is what I'll dip my brush in and just scrub the entire firearm with. This Hops 9 works really well. Love it. It'll always stay in my gun cleaning kit. Okay, so the other thing I really like is this break free. Obviously it's old school, but for AR-15s, this is what I use on my bolts. I love break free on it. You know, the military recommends it. It's good for cleaning. You know, I just like CLP. It's good stuff. Okay, I know there's better lubricants out there for sure, but I just you know, I've been around for a long time, and I just like that CLP. This sticks with me really well. Okay, so Hops 9 lubricant. Got 2 bottles in this. I don't even know why I have 2 bottles of this stuff. It's okay. All right, I've used it as a preservative before. You know, like I get out my knives or whatever out of storage or whatever, and I just lube up the blades with this stuff. It's okay. There's nothing fancy. You know, I don't really recommend the Hops 9 oil, so it's just in there. REM oil is great for certain things, okay? If you're utilizing your firearm a lot, okay, then REM oil I like. All right, so if it's a gun that you're actively using, then REM oil is good. I just don't think it has a lot of staying power on surfaces, and so I don't really recommend REM oil for people that are preserving their firearms for a long period of time. I just don't think it will stand up over time. You know, it's synthetic. It's actually a really nice oil. Very you know, very light oil. So that's good for what it is. But I don't recommend it for long periods of time, cleaning wise. Now, probably my favorite gun oil right now is this Tetra gun oil. I just really like it. I think that it performs really well. I just think it's great stuff, and it's not super pricey. That's one of the things I like about it. I think this was like $5 or $6. This bottle of 4 ounces of oil, so I like it a lot. The grease that I use is this a Tetra gun grease. It's just, you know, I mean, it's just a standard grease, but I like it. It's good for, you know, lubing the back of the bolts on your bolt guns, things like that. And for those of you that like using grease, I recommend the Tetra gun grease. I think it's good stuff too. Okay, what else we got? Okay, so one product that I do recommend is this Birchwood Casey's gun scrubber. Those of you guys that have been around for a while, you've probably used the gun scrubber before. The only time I really use this, okay, is in firearms with a lot of enclosed pieces. So if you have a firearm that has an enclosed trigger control group or an enclosed action or something like that, and just want to get the gunk out of it, this is a really good product. So like I had an old Marlin Model 60 22 rifle, right? And they are just, and if any of you guys have had one of those, you know that they're a pain in the butt to actually take apart and to clean inside. And so what I would do is I just take the action out and just blow one of these cans of gun scrubber in there and just blow all the carbon and all the crap out of that action. And so I really like the gun scrubber for those hard to reach areas that you don't want to take apart. You know, like a fire control group or something like that, you can just kind of hose down and then just re-oil up. So yeah, I like the Birchwood Casey gun scrubber. You know, it's a limited thing. Like I don't think you need to use it on all your firearms, but you know, I like it for those hard to reach areas. Okay, so a couple other products. Obviously, Ballast All. Now, I am new to Ballast All. Okay, I haven't used it for very long. I've probably only had this bottle for about 6 months. I don't really know. I don't know. I've been using it, and and I like it. It tends to leave a little bit of a film on your firearms and like your surfaces, and in that way I actually like it. So that tells me that there's some staying power with Ballast All, that it's going to kind of adhere to your metal surfaces, and in that way I've liked that. What I don't like is the smell. And I know I've had a lot of people tell me that, oh, they love the smell of Ballast All, or that it doesn't stink like some of these other solvents like hops and things like that. Here's the thing. Every time I use this, I have to cough. I don't know if I'm like allergic to it or whatever, but I have to like spray it and then like walk away out of the spray and then come back, because if I don't, it gets up into my like sinuses or whatever and makes me like cough. It doesn't make me sneeze, it just makes me want to cough. So I don't know if you guys have had that same experience with it or not, but yeah, I mean, I think it's okay. It smells kind of weird to me, but you know, not a big deal. I mean, I've been using it like crazy actually. This is probably my most used in the last 6 months, just because I really wanted to try it out and just see how well it worked. And so far, you know, I like it okay for cleaning. I've used it to clean my, I'll just spray the entire like, you know, like slide of a pistol down, just spray the whole thing down, and then just wipe it off or scrub it off with a brush or something like that. So it's worked well for just like a general purpose cleaner and lubricant. So I don't use this to actually lube the pistol up with. I just use it as more of a cleaner. But it's worked well. I recommend Ballast All if you can stand the smell. I don't know what it is. It just like atomizes when it comes out of that nozzle, and it just makes me cough like crazy. Again, REM Oil is a great product for what it is. I've also used REM Oil as a cleaning agent. Like I'll just spray down like something that's just nasty. If it's just nasty and covered, a lot of 22s I'll just spray on the inside of the action and then just scrub it down with REM Oil. It just kind of emulsifies the carbon in there and just kind of keeps it clean. So that's a good cleaning agent, and you can use it as a temporary or functional lubricant. But again, I don't use it. I don't recommend it for like cleaning a gun and then putting it away for a long period of time. Not with REM Oil. Okay, and this is a product that was sent to me by Get Some. They sent me this and asked me to do a review on it. Probably like, I don't know. I don't even know how long ago they sent me this stuff. But I just haven't used it enough to do a review on it, and I don't really want to just do a review just to do a review. So, but anyway, they Get Some. Here's a couple things, and I'll actually, while I've got some footage of me using this stuff, and I'll roll it in as I'm talking about it. But this Get Some stuff, okay, what I like about it, okay, it reminds me a lot of like a WD-40, kind of, but it's thicker than that. So like similar to like a Ballast All or like another penetrating oil, it reminds me a lot about that, but it's different. It's not the same stuff as like WD-40. WD-40 I don't really like. I don't recommend using it on your firearms, but I use it for other things, you know, like squeaky door hinges and stuff like that, but you can use the same stuff. So I'm not really a big fan of WD-40, but what I like about this is it's a bit thicker. Okay, so if we compare it to REM Oil, okay, which is going to be very, very similar, it's a lot thicker than REM Oil. So again, I like the staying power. I like the feeling that it's going to adhere and stick to metal surfaces, where REM Oil, I just don't get that same feeling. I don't feel like REM Oil likes to stick and adhere to surfaces as well. This stuff I actually think does. And so I like that actually. So Get Some. I think it's definitely worth checking out. They say advantages. Okay, let me read on the back here, because this is some of the things that you might want to know about Get Some. Long-lasting, non-toxic, non-static, non-staining, non-conductive, non-carcinogenic. Contains no petroleum distillates, no silicones. No acids, no carcinogens, no... Did they say that? Yeah, they said non-carcinogenic and no carcinogens. No halogens, no allergens. Will not dry out or wash off with water. Will not damage plastics, paints, metal, fiberglass, enamels, or neoprene seals. So yeah, like one of the things I remember them telling me about Get Some is that it's non-toxic. It's something that like you can spray on your skin or whatever, and it's not gonna harm you. And so that's another reason why I think Get Some's a decent product. I like it because it's thicker. I think it's gonna adhere well to surfaces and not just kind of go like get just like scrubbed off really easily. And I think that it's non-toxic. That was one of their biggest things. So anyway, guys, so check out Get Some 1000. I think it's a decent product. So yeah, and then the other thing that I can't really recommend because I don't really have a lot of familiarity with yet is Breakthrough. Now, Breakthrough sent me this, I don't know, like 4 months ago, something like that. 4 or 5 months ago, could have been even. Again, they sent me this stuff, but I haven't had a lot of time to actually use it. I've used it a couple times to clean, well, I've used it actually a few times to clean guns, and I'm just not 100% sure where it fits in my system right now. It's a solvent, okay? It's a weapons cleaning solvent. And Breakthrough is one of their biggest things is it's military approved, and I think some of the military uses it. I don't know if they use it a ton. I think that it's kind of a limited use, I think a little bit. But the other thing about Breakthrough is that it is non-toxic as well. Let me read on the side here. Removes all fouling. Benzene-free, pH-neutral, non-corrosive, does not freeze, non-flammable, non-water-based, virtually odorless. And that's one thing I do like about this is it is virtually odorless. Low toxicity, low vapor pressure, non-carcinogenic, no components or characteristics of hazardous waste. So here you go, guys. So here are two really non-toxic products. You have your Breakthrough, okay, which is a great cleaner and solvent, and then you have your Get Some 1000, which you can utilize. So if you're looking for a non-toxic cleaning system, these two products right here should do the trick for you. Now, I do want to test the Breakthrough a lot more, okay? I think that I like it, okay? I think that I like it. I'm not 100% sure yet. One of the things I do want to test with this, because for me it's really important, is I want to make sure that it will dissolve copper. So what I think I'm going to do is just like spray it on a bullet and see what it does to the jacket. So that's maybe that'll be an experiment that I'll do here for you guys here in the near future. Is just see what the copper solvent abilities of these different cleaners are. So as a degreaser though, okay, as a regular cleaner, again, just like I will do with REM Oil or with Ballast All, I'll just spray it all over the slide, and that's how I've used it in the past, is just sprayed it all over the slide and just let it kind of just emulsify and degrease and just get rid of all that crap and crud on there, and then I'll just wipe it off or scrub it off with a brush, something like that. So in that way, it's worked really well. But again, my biggest concern is that it's a solvent, and do I need to have a copper solvent as well, like Hops 9, or do I need to have just the Breakthrough? So I like to have stuff that I can use completely. My question is, do I need to have two of these things? Do I need to have this as just a solvent and this as a copper solvent? Do I need to have a copper solvent with this? So I'll test that for you guys and let you know, but as of right now, I think Breakthrough, I think I like it. So there you go. Anyway, guys, so that's everything. It looks like a lot of stuff, right? It is. It's a lot. It's a pretty good amount of stuff. I do recommend when it comes to cleaning rods, let me roll this in real quick. I recommend like carbon fiber cleaning rods if you're going to be utilizing a cleaning rod for your rifles, okay? Spend the money, guys. Spend the money on a good cleaning rod for your rifle, okay? These are the Gunslick ones, you know, kind of nice bronze pieces and everything like that in it. If you have a rifle that you care about, okay, if you have a rifle that you care about its accuracy, get a rod that's not a segmented rod, okay? Those segments tend to dislodge or misalign, and they can scrape the inside of your bore, okay? So do yourselves a favor and get good cleaning rods. I really, really recommend the Gunslick rods. They've really served me well. Here's a 22 caliber one here on the left and a 30 cal here on the right. I use the 22 cal to clean everything from 22 caliber up to 308 and 308 to anything larger, okay? So I recommend the rods, okay? I recommend getting good cleaning rods for, especially if you've got a match grade gun. $35 on a cleaning rod is not a lot of money. It's something well worth your investment. Those little you know, bring together rods like this, I don't recommend. I think that these surfaces, now these are aluminum and they're not going to necessarily scratch or mar your steel. Some people say, well, aluminum's a lot softer. They will. Every little bit makes a difference. And so this is what I use for pistol cleaning right now, because my little pistol cleaner's all jacked up. But I have several of these. I just stopped using them. I just don't like them. I don't trust them. I think that it's a good way to harm the inside of your bore. So I really recommend good cleaning rods as well. So let's see if there's anything else I want to add. This has become a really long video, 25 minutes, but I think you guys will appreciate some of the talk in this video. So, well, anyway, I'll cut it off there just because it's kind of long. This will probably be like the first part of a series. I'm going to probably do some work with several of these copper solvents and see how well they work. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions about anything you see in the video, hit me up in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video if you do like what you see. Okay. You can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google Plus, I think. Also, Pencil Neck Videos is our second channel. It's a family channel, so it's not necessarily gun-related stuff, but you guys can hit us up with a subscribe there if you want as well. But all right, guys. Anyway, thanks very, very much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.